Excuse me. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's me again, Inquisitor Eyes and on Overlip. Feeling a little better. My voice is starting to come back a little bit. And if you watched my last video about PS2 versus about slim PS2 versus fat PS2, I said that from now on I'll be making more videos trying to prove my fact or my claim. And here I am again with yet another video. And I just figured I figured I would just let you guys know the stuff that I've been up to as far as games anyway. This month, for the month of January, I ordered Monster Rancher. What was it? Monster Rancher. What is it called? Monster Rancher. I forgot the name of it. It's for the PS2. It's an RPG. It's not the other ones. I think Monster Rancher Evo for the PS2. Excuse me. I also ordered Armored Core 9 Breaker, which will complete my collection of Armored Core games. I also ordered Phantasy Star. This is actually I think a sequel or a continuation of there's another Phantasy Star for the PS2, and your data actually carries over, I believe, from game to game. And I ordered this. I bought very used, very good condition from eBay for about $28, $29 free shipping. It's in pretty good condition. It has this thing that I've noticed every now and then. It's kind of sticky. You can't see it because of my 3DS camera, but it's not really sticky, but it's kind of it feels funny around the edges, like there was a sticker around the edge or something. And there's some slight discoloration in the disc. It's kind of white. I prefer my disc to be clear, especially the ring area. But anyway, it's not. Well, let me finish. I also bought excuse me, another copy of Dot Hack GU. I now have 2 copies of all the Dot Hack games and all the Dot Hack GU games. I'm working on third copies. I had third copies of most of the Dot Hack games, the regular Dot Hack games, but I gave some away. I don't know why I did that. I was stupid. I gave some to a friend, or an ex-friend, or whatever you want to call it. And I also bought a copy. This was I was really afraid because the only thing the seller would say about the game was that it was acceptable. He didn't give any descriptions or anything like that. And I was really hoping I didn't get a game that was cracked. Of course I would have just returned it. I normally don't return stuff, but when I'm spending $60 and above for a game, I will definitely return it. You know, without a second thought. But thankfully he didn't. There's no cracks on the game. The disc is actually pretty nice. It's a lot nicer than the copy I have. It will make an excellent backup copy. Well, it's not that nice. I mean, yikes. I mean, it's. I don't know. You can't see it, but if you look, I don't even know where to begin. Trust me when I say there's a little wear. Very light scratches. A few fingerprints. So it's slightly better than the one I have. The one I have has a line going across the disc, like a smudge mark or something like that. $60, $67 for this thing right here. I'll probably buy another one. You know, this is the year. This is definitely my. I'll get to that later on. But excuse me. Here's another game that I bought on eBay. That hack I bought from Amazon. I bought this on eBay, and this is Wild Arms Part 4. And this one, let me check it real quick. This one is the nicest copy that I've ordered so far. It's very nice. It's my third copy. I have 2 copies of the game already, of course. I've been trying to get that one copy that I could just, you know, use. I want to keep my other copies. My strategy is, I said this before in my previous videos, but my strategy is to, when I'm going out, when I'm hunting for a game, and it's expensive or whatever, when I get a copy of the game, my first copy, if it isn't what I was expecting it to be or hoping it to be, even though the seller, you know, they try their best or try their worst to give descriptions on games, if it isn't what I'm expecting it to be or what I thought it would be, as long as it still plays, I'll keep it, because I understand it's hard to find an affordable new copy, or a new copy period, of the game for me. It's hard to find very good copies of games. You got to sort of just toss your money out there. Yeah, it's just sort of trial, like a trial and error. So if it works, I'll keep it, no matter how it looks. As long as it isn't insultingly like bad, like scratches everywhere, I'll keep it, and I'll hang on to it, and I'll buy another copy, because my whole thing is, like, I just want to play the game. But firstly, I want a presentable copy of the game. Well, secondly, I want a presentable copy of the game, and also just want to play the game. But if I have two copies, that's even better, because the next copy I get may be trash, maybe whatever. The bottom line is I'm going to have more than one copy, and that's very important to me, because some games, especially Wild Arms, takes a long time to beat. Sometimes I buy second copies of the games just because of all the research I've done on the game, and I realize how long the game is. Like games like Manic Comedian 2 or Soul Nomad, or just certain RPGs like Xenosaga. I'm buying two copies of each. I already have two copies of Part 3. I just need two copies of Part 1 and Part 2. But games like that, you almost have to buy two copies of, because once you wear out the first copy, once you play it one good time, I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to keep it the rest of my life, or until whenever. So I may want to play it again. And the more you play it, the more wear adds on the disc. So the more disc you have, the better. That's just how I am. Here's the copy right here. This is one of the main topics, if not the main topic, for the whole video. You can see the discoloration around. See how it's like gray? I don't like that right there. The seller had this labeled as used very good. And I don't know, like, I couldn't see the picture. He didn't have a picture up either. He just had a picture of the the cover. So I sort of had to take his word for it, because it was a little cheaper, slightly cheaper than what Amazon was selling it for. But I don't know. Stupid me. I just gave in. I was sort of desperate. But this is my second copy of Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam vs. Heavy Gundam. This is actually one of the most expensive Gundam game for the PS2, aside from Mobile Suit Saga, or MS Saga, the role-playing version of the Gundam games for the PS2. That one's probably the most expensive one, I think. But the thing I don't like is the discoloration. And the thing that sucks about eBay is that I can't give a bad rating. I have to wait 3 weeks or whatever before I can give a bad rating. Now the disc is flawless, and you can also tell, I don't know if you could tell by, like, there's like little tiny fudge marks along the edge. That tells me that the disc was probably, quote unquote, professionally cleaned or professionally resurfaced or whatever. But the disc is flawless, but listen, if you listen, well, it's even black in certain areas. You can see how it's like, see right there? That's the most important part. Now, when they said this was in very good condition, I'm pretty sure they were just talking about the pretty part. That's only half. That's only half of the problem. The ring is the most important part. You gotta have a clean ring. This thing, I don't know, the integrity of this thing doesn't even last that long. I mean, it doesn't look too great. But that's not the point. The point of this video is, like I said, when you go shopping for games, PS2 games, if you're an avid PS2 shopper and collector like I am, you're going to have to buy something used eventually. Now, I don't know about you guys, but with a game like this, I don't know how used it is, but look at the ring. You see the ring. Would you want to use this on a slim PS2? Would you want to? I mean, this thing. I mean, thank God I have so many fat PS2s. Would you want to risk snapping this game and constantly snapping this game in and out of place of a slim PS2? I mean, it makes no sense. The thing is already used. I mean, look at my copy of Dot Hack. The last thing I want to be doing, especially when the wear is visible, like, the last thing I want to be doing is snapping it in and out of place. Maybe it'll crack, maybe it won't, but I don't want to take that chance. And with a fat PS2, I've never had a cracked disc. So this is, Exhibit 1. I'll be making more videos soon. See you later.